Hey guys, it's Varum64 here, bringing you another video, this time in War Z. And I'm just showing you, this time, a pretty easy XP item kind of looting, farming, whatever method on NORAD military base. NORAD is one of my favorite places in the game because it's really easy to loot, it's really easy to get a lot of XP from, and if you die in there, you spawn really close. I just died on this guy. I gave him a tactical knife. That's all he has on him right now, and I just spawned right back there. And basically, to get into it from that spawn, and pretty much from anywhere, I think the best way to actually go about that is to come up over this hill, and you're not really going to get shot going into it. Like I just showed you, the server list. There's only like 5 people on this server. And I mean, I've been on servers with 20-something people on it, and I haven't been shot. I haven't seen anyone around here, because this place doesn't seem to get looted all that much, even though always seems to be safety boxes around it. But you're going to want to come over this hill down to the right base of this cliffs if you're standing on top of them, on the west side of NORAD, and you're going to want to hop on top of the fence like I'm going to do in a second here, because when you're on top of the fences, zombies, not only can they not hurt you, but they can't aggro to you. They won't see you pretty much. When you hop off, though, if there are any around, then they will. And then there's just this little thing that hangs into the rock right here on the fence. You just hop onto that. And like I said, you're pretty much invincible while you're up here. You can also get onto the fence from the guard towers or from the cliffs. And, I mean, that's a really good way to escape a pretty big horde if you're in a lot of trouble. But how I always go about looting or whatever is that I come in on this fence, as you can see right there. I mean, I was just sprinting along it. That's proving the point that zombies don't aggro to you. But then I go up onto the helicopter pad right up here, because there always seems to be pistols or whatever. And this is the first place where I stop normally, because when you're here in the spot that I'll show you in a sec, you're invincible. And you can do this in 2 ways. You can either jump up from the front of the helicopter like I'm doing right here, and then you can stand on top of the rotor or whatever, and then you won't be hit by any zombies up there. And you can just jump off the back or whatever and pick up, I mean, that's a chem light, nobody wants a chem light, but you can pick up any guns that are on the side, like that 5.7 over here. Everybody likes 5.7s. And I just killed this zombie here because XP. And then the second way you can get on the helicopter is you just jump onto the tail right up here and jump back on. And like I said, you are invincible while you're up on the center part, but if you come down to the side right here, as I think happens in a sec with this zombie, you can get hit. He'll kind of glitch up to the helicopter. I didn't get hit right then because I was stabbing him, but every now and then, if you aren't standing at the highest point, you will take damage, or they'll glitch up and do something weird with that. But that's pretty much this spot. From here, I normally, I'll show it in a sec, but I'm just pointing out the rotors and stuff where you don't want to stand, the blades, I mean. And from here, I'll show you over there by that horde is basically where you're going to want to go next. I normally just sprint off the edge of this, jump over the fence, and I always check around here because there always seems to be some form of loot there. There just wasn't this time. And then I always sprint over towards the right to try and grab their attention. And then I cut back over to the left, especially while I'm sprinting here, just to get them to kind of all follow behind me. And you go up these stairs and you go to your right, and you just jump right over the fence onto this canopy. And while you're on this, you are almost fully invincible. Zombies will occasionally glitch through it, but as you can see right there, I just kind of cut the film because it was just like 2.5 minutes of me killing zombies. And what happens when you kill them all, just, you know, stabbing them over the fence, is a lot of the money drops down there. And here's a straggler that came up, and I'll just show me killing this. You know, that's basically all you have to do for the entire horde. Just stand here and stab them in the face. And then once all the zombies around you are dead, you can just hop over the edge of this canopy here. Sometimes there's good loot around here. I used to be able to find snipers and stuff down here. I found a couple actually, and an assault rifle. I just haven't found anything here recently because I'm pretty sure they changed the loot spawns. But it's always a good place to look around. And then after I've come through here and checked this for loot, this is another spot that I go to if a zombie is hiding around or sees me or something. If you jump crouch while you're right here, you can get on top of these sandbags. And this is a pretty good emergency spot. I wouldn't try to go here when there's a horde following me because they can hit you pretty often. But if you're in a lot of trouble, you can just get up on top of there and you'll be safe-ish to kill them. Then I come around here to the right past in the back of this hangar, and there are these two crates that are standing on top of each other, and this is the first time almost ever that I haven't found any loot in the crates. And right in here I was just trying to grab a zombie from inside the hangar to prove my point, but there weren't any. So I always check this hangar down here. I mean, there's normally like a helmet or something up here, and then you're invincible when you're in this. If you're on the lowest crate, you will get hit. On this second one, you won't get hit very often, and when you're actually inside of this, you're completely invincible. Zombies will bunch up right around there while you're in this crate, so you can just walk out the other side and drop down. And then most of them will stay over there. They won't have noticed you. But if any of them do, or you just feel like making sure that you're extra safe, you can come up here through this tower. Like I said, you can get onto the fence from it. And I'm going to go all the way up here and check it because there's assault rifles and stuff sometimes at the top of these. Nothing for me this time though. And then you can just hop over the fence right here on the staircase and onto this barbed wire fence. You know, it's a pretty great game where you can walk on top of a barbed wire fence and not take damage. But you are fully invincible when you're on here, like I said again. And this is basically just me walking now to the next location, and I almost always take the fence because it's extra safety. I don't really get hit very much ever by zombies, but it's just extra precaution, you know. And you can hop over onto the right side. You can check in the hangar or wherever you want to check, but I've never found any good loot in there personally, so I don't really think it's worth your time to check in there. The next spot really that I'm going to is there's almost always food or something in it. I've found a TAR-21 sitting on top of some boxes over here, but right there I was just showing my inventory because I'm not sure why. I think I was checking for something. But like I said, I found TAR-21, but most of the time I just find food. I didn't find anything this run, as you'll see in a sec, but like I said, I hop off the fence right here and come into this building with the two layers, and up on the roof there's a couple invincible spots I'll show in a sec. Those are the crates where I found the TAR-21 earlier, but just check around in the floor in here and you'll almost always find some food or water or whatever. I didn't any this time though, like I said, because I got pretty unlucky. And there's a zombie. I was going to try and get him around onto the roof just to prove my point about the invincible spot, but I just really didn't feel like it was a good idea. But I did get lucky. I got a zombie that spawned right there, right as I was coming up. Like, you can see him spawn too on the corner. So I got him to aggro to me. He's coming up the stairs. And they're technically the same spot, I guess. There's a chocolate bar that almost always seems to spawn up here. And you just hop over the sandbags and then make sure that you're on the fence. If you're on the sandbags, the zombies can still hit you. But if you're on the fence, then you're good. I'm just coming over here on the other side just to prove my point again. They're pretty much the same spot, but you can do it from either side. You can do this with any amount of zombies on you, basically. They won't be able to get to you. And if you want to be extra safe, like I'll show here in a minute, it's easier for me if I go first person, but you can come over here, and it's also easier if you crouch and just jump down onto this little box thing right here. And there is absolutely zero chance of you ever getting hit by a zombie on this thing. I've spent a lot of time standing up there shooting zombies below me or keeping them distracted while my friends have looted with me. But this is just this is an obvious spot. This is something that everyone should know. If you don't know about this spot, if you've ever been a NORAD, then there's really no point in you watching this video because you're pretty useless at this game. But this building right here, this is where a lot of people put their lock boxes, their safes, whatever you call them, because you just jump on top of these sandbags. It's literally built for you to be able to be invincible up here. And some idiot put up a barricade, and you can just jump past it there. But I mean, this is a good spot to run away from zombies on, whatever, you can go off the side. But there's never any loot up here, so I generally don't use it. And this is kind of the final spots, I guess. I'm grabbing a zombie right there to show you a couple things that you can do around here. The first one is you can go up these stairs, and you can go either to the right or left, doesn't really matter, but you just hop on top of the fence and then down onto these crates. This isn't the best spot because if you want to be able to actually kill the zombies, you have to be right up next to the fence, and you can't hit them in the head. So it takes a really, really long time to kill any of them. As you can see, I mean, I have increased melee damage. I have the first level of that perk on this guy. This is like 20 something hits, he's not even dying. And then a second guy came up and I just decided, screw it. So what the other thing that you can do is you can, if you have some zombies following you, you can go back up those stairs. And I'm just avoiding these guys here. And you have to be careful while you're doing this because occasionally zombies do spawn at the base of the stairs. But you just come around either the left or right again, depending on your situation, and go up this staircase. And the zombies, for some reason, kind of glitched out and didn't follow me up here for a while. So I was just kind of looking around. But every now and then you'll find like bandages or a chocolate bar or something up here. This is when I was looking for the zombies because I was wondering where they were. But you're going to want to come to this like second story of the thing, because there's the third part with like the dome on top of it or whatever that is. But you're going to want to come to this second part right up here. And like I said, there's some loot over there. I think it was a flashlight this time, so I ignored it. But the zombies were coming for me now. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hop onto that fence and get into the right corner, because that way you'll be able to fit under the bar and then just jump onto this building. And again, you will never be hit by zombies while you're up here. There's no way of doing that. There's no way of them getting to you. And this is just a pretty good spot for escaping a horde. And you can also, if you want to be around this area, if you want to loot the tunnel especially, you can jump onto the fence like I was looking at earlier. And I'm not showing it in this video because I didn't really have time or care enough, but over there I looked, there's like the sandbag things you can jump on top of. That's a pretty given spot too. And here I'm doing something pretty stupid. This has never really worked for me in the past, but I just figured I'd, for the sake of this video, grab all the zombies around from this tunnel area and show a nice little way to avoid them. And this takes, I got really lucky here that all the zombies were spread out enough for me to be able to sprint in here, but this is a really great spot for loot. I mean, you can find backpacks, sniper rifles, medicine. There was just a few pistols on the ground here when I came through, but you're going to want to sprint all the way to next to the tunnel and then just jump through that little spot in the fence. And as you can see, they're all standing there. That's why I was sprinting earlier, especially to get them all to notice me, so none of them will be on this side of the fence anymore. And depending on where you're standing, you can get them to kind of back off, go around the fence, whatever. As you can see here, now I start shooting, they got smart, and a few of them are going to come around the fence in a second. And I jump through, and I grab this, and then I run off to the side. And that's a pretty great way of doing it because you can grab whatever loot's there and then run off the opposite direction where they all are. And that's basically how I loot the tunnel. I didn't actually go in it this time just because I wanted this video to be short, but that's basically all there is to it. And then now that I have this horde on my ass, I'm running back over to the original spot. And that's basically how you farm NORAD for XP especially. There's some pretty great loot, so just look around, guys. That's pretty much all there is to this. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like and favorite. If you like the video, I'll be posting more War Z stuff, Killing Floor, whatever, then subscribe. And thanks for watching so much. It means a lot to me. That's pretty much it. Varian64, out.